Please join me in a warm welcome Eddie Dempsey, General Secretary of the RMT.
You look absolutely beautiful out there. You're gorgeous, all of you. I've never been as proud to see my union out marching with all of you today. You look absolutely wonderful. You make me feel proud to be alive, all of you. Give yourselves a round of applause. And what a fantastic movement we've got, and the spirit of solidarity that brings us all here together. And I just want to tell you what my lesson of solidarity was for me in my family. My father, he passed away this April this year. He was a deep sea sailor. He was a member of my trade union. And before that, where he grew up in Ireland, his people were miners in the Deer Park area, in Coma, in Kilkenny. And they formed their own union, the Irish Mine and Quarry Workers Union, to fight for their people and to get a decent stake for their members. And they went out on strike for 11 months. They had no food, they had no income, but it was the miners of the South Wales Miners Federation who kept them going all the way through those 11 months, all those many years ago. And even after they shut the mines, where my father's people were from, many years later, in the Great Strike of 84 and 85, even though they were poor, they raised £10,000 in solidarity to give to the miners, to pay back the solidarity for the ghosts who went before them, because they never forgot the miners of South Wales and what they did to look after our people. Now, my father wasn't an emotional man. He barely spoke to me, if I'm honest with you, unless he had a few pints. We've had the market running our country and countries across the Western economies for 40 years. We've been left in Britain with our manufacturing offshored, our public services outsourced, the industrial foundations of our movement sold off, broken and destroyed. Working class communities in deindustrialised areas of Britain didn't just lose their jobs and their dignity, they lost their movement, which was built on the industrial base that was destroyed in the name of the market. So it's no surprise, brothers and sisters, it's no surprise out there people feel alienated, people feel divided, and we focus for 20 years on what divides us rather than what brings us together. That's the state we're in today. We're in that state because they say the market must rule. Well, the market is the chief cause of the chaos we face in our society today. And it wasn't always like this. We're the movement that pulled kids out of work and put them in the classroom. We're the movement that pulled millions out of poverty and gave them dignity. We're the movement that pulled people out of destitution in old age and gave them pensions and gave the infirm a health service. That's what we did in the past. When my father went out to work, it was a closed shop. Everyone was in the union. If you went to work as a normal person, you could afford to live. You could buy a house. You could have a holiday. You could afford some shopping, for God's sake. Now, in this day and age, under the rule of the market, half of the welfare budget that is spent in Britain is spent on in-work benefits. That is a direct subsidy for low wages, so the corporations who've been screwing this country for years can get higher profits. And they go on the news and they go on the telly. The commentators, the pundits, the politicians, how will the markets react? What about the bond markets, they say? Well, who elected the bond market? Not me! Who runs this country? Either us or the markets? I know what I want. I want a country run for the people in it, not the markets. So the answer, brothers and sisters, to chaos, as we know in the trade union movement, is organisation. That's what we do. What we need is an organised society. What we need is a society where we've got a strategic role for the state, investing in building council housing so that we can give people homes, not new houses, so we can provide investment opportunities for speculators. We need a strategy to bring back manufacturing and industry in this country.